the people that I was bringing along with me wasn't producing. I'm climbing, but y'all getting tired on the mountain. And it's like y'all don't even know which way to go on a mountain. Like y'all getting lost in the sauce. So then I just kept climbing because that's all I knew how to do, to the point where I felt alone.
Imagine being a kid born in Harlem, New York with a dream of becoming a rap superstar. Your parents taught you how to hustle at a young age. You were designing t-shirts, painting, and making jewelry all before music even started.
Because there was a lot that came with that. You know, a lot of shit that we had to fight through and get through just to be like, all right, the air is clear. I don't gotta carry all of the weights that I came into the game with.
Around 2007, a friend of yours by the name of A$AP Rocky helps to bring you into a collective called the A$AP Mob. This is where you decide to go all in on music. You drop your debut album, Trap Lord, with a major hit single called Work that instantly sends you into superstardom.
At the height of my career, I'm on tour, riches and fame and all of that shit. And I'm depressed and don't understand why, and trying to figure out how the fuck to get out of it.
Now, 11 years and many hit records later, you have cemented yourself as one of hip-hop's finest, not only in rap, but in fashion and art at the same time.
I wanted to see something different from my world. Before I was on the grind to stunt. And now it's like, I'm on a grind to build and create.
After a 4-year-long hiatus, you're dropping your most highly anticipated album, Daryl.
That's really what I want to just tell people, like, man, fuck what anybody got to say about anything. You're him and you're her. Do that shit.
My name is VicBlends, and this is DeepCut with Ferg. Thank you to the sponsor of this episode, GetJoy. Stay tuned for more.
Let's do it.
What's going on, man?
My brother, how you feeling?
How you feeling?
Welcome to the shop.
All right, thank you for having me.
Sure.
Wow, we right here.
It's right here, yeah.
Wow.
All right, how do you want to do the cut? Ooh, this is new.
Yeah.
I ain't seen this.
I took a little trip down memory lane with the hair.
Got you.
So what we can do is we could just keep it a dark Caesar.
Yep.
Just take some hair down, and then we can get a little shape up on the
Keep
top.
it all even.
Yes, sir.
Ice picks on the side.
Yes, sir. See, people don't know about the pics on the side.
Yo, what is this? Is that a Harlem thing or is that a New York thing?
That's definitely a New York thing. I went to Chicago one time, and Chance the Rapper, his barber cut me, and he cut my sideburns off.
Nah.
I was dumb hot. I was like, bro, how you gonna cut the
I did my
sideburns off?
research. I've looked at your haircuts over the years. You've always had ice picks.
Ice picks.
No
that's
taper.
That's a Harlem thing, and we like our ice picks down to the jawline. Yep.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of ice picks nowadays.
Yeah, that's like an old school Harlem thing. I got like an old school Harlem silhouette.
For someone that's never been to Harlem, like myself, how would you describe the neighborhood and the atmosphere?
Oh, it's like a big family. It's like you got the family members that's gonna come outside and joke on you. And then you got like the cousins, the aunties that's outside, that's looking after you. It's a whole village, it's a community. It's super dope. We help one another, we get inspired by one another. Some of us hate on one another, but it all comes in a form of love. Like, it'd be like somebody that might have hated you growing up, but it's only because they felt your style. And you get old enough and you realize, like, hold up, we come from the same place. You doing your thing, maybe you can help me out in a real way.
Yeah, style is important in Harlem from what I've seen.
Super important.
Why is that so?
I think because, like, you know, Harlem, it's so many phases. Like Harlem, you got rich people and poor people. So it's just like, you know, for the poor people, I think it came from, you know, being oppressed. So we had to show like we was worth something some type of way. And I think we did it through like expression when it came down to the colors we wore. You know, and my family is West Indian, they come from Trinidad and we like them colors.
Yeah.
You know, hence the hair.
Repeat the color, repeat the color.
You know what I'm saying? So like we like the colors, we like style, we like to be stylish. My dad is from the South. My grandmother also from the South. Like they
From the south of Harlem or south?
Nah, South Carolina.
Oh, South Carolina. Yeah, word.
exactly.
I'm from North Carolina. My neighbors.
Yep. So they, my father was into clothes and fashion. My grandmother sews right now. She was into African dance. Now she does line dancing. So my family's into arts.
Yeah.
And my grandfather on the West Indian side, like his mom was like sewing and stuff like that. So yeah, it's only right that, they created a creator.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, what was the home dynamic like for you growing up?
The home dynamic was like, always be a leader. My mother always letting me know I'm him. My father letting me know I'm him. I'm the only child.
Okay.
I got one brother on my father's side and a sister, but I'm the only child from my mom. So my aunt is my age, so she grew up really like my sister.
Yeah.
And we went to the same junior high school. It was like a real fun childhood. And I was fly. Like I would go to Catholic school. I was in elementary school. I went to Our Lady of Lords.
Yeah.
And we would get one day a free dress day where we had to pay $1 to wear normal clothes. And that was the day that I get to wear all my Jordans.
That's your day to get fly. You gotta show it that day.
During gym time, every Thursday, we had gym. I would wear my sweatsuits with some new sneakers. So that's how I got the sneakers off. And then every free dress day, I get to like wear my cool G's, my pants.
Did you have a favorite shoe that you would wear during that time?
Jordans, for sure.
What number?
Definitely. I think my favorite Jordans, I think for me, it didn't even matter how them shits look or like the colorway. It was just like having it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was always about like showing it off first. I didn't care what they look like. I just wanted them to show them off first.
All right, y'all, let's take a quick break from this episode to thank our DeepCut partner, GetJoy. GetJoy is a dog wellness platform with gut-healthy nutrition at the core of what they do. They make products that prioritize your dog's health just as much as you do your own, so you guys should have more time to create joyful memories together. GetJoy is the best dog food I've ever given Russ. I've been using it exclusively for Russ for the last 4 months. I've never seen him be this excited to eat since I've been giving him GetJoy. The guy who started this company did it because his dog died young, but could have lived longer if he put healthier food into his bowl. So we started GetJoy to personally make that happen. I'm proud to partner with GetJoy and even prouder to serve it to my boy Russ. They work with expert veterinary nutritionists to make science-backed fresh freeze-dried meals, superfood treats, and chews made with real quality ingredients that are optimized for your dog's health. GetJoy goes beyond the bowl with the preventative supplements, 24/7 accessible televet care, and even smart collar technology, all designed for you to create an easier daily wellness routine. This is all for you and your dog to live a healthier, happier, and longer life together. I've been adding GetJoy's fresh and freeze-dried food to the top of every one of Russ's meals so far, and he's been in love with it. Developed by PhD animal nutritionists, the beef and the chicken recipes are developed with quality ingredients. The fresh and freeze-dried meals are scientifically proven to optimize your dog's gut health, immunity, and vitality. Put your dog's health first with GetJoy's fresh and freeze-dried meals. You can get 60% off your first auto-ship box by using the code VIC60, and you can do that by clicking the link down below. That's code VIC60 for 60% off your first auto-ship box. Now let's get back to the episode. Yeah, earlier you said that your parents told you to be leaders. They told you to express yourself. Mm-hmm. How important do you think that was in becoming who you are? Because we often hear a lot of things from parents who want to put you in a certain direction, push you towards this career that they see, but it sounds like they were empowering you early to be yourself.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was a mixture of both, right? I lost my father 3 days before my 17th birthday. So, yeah, he taught me a lot about like just being me, being an individual, and like really embracing the artistic side of myself. My mom was more like, you can't play because the streets is crazy, and like she didn't understand a lot of like the creative brain, but she allowed me to be me and she allowed me to express and all of that stuff. But yeah, it took some years and it still takes some time now because, me and my mom, we work together. And I think that she comes around and just like, I just tell her like, Ma, just like wait and see. Cause sometimes as a visionary, like you're not gonna see it off rip. And I think my father, that's what we shared, is that like, he was also a visionary because he had to like, imagine it before he manifested it. So it's the same thing with me. But my mom is very supportive in what I do. She helps me with all my endeavors. When I was looking for my first house, she helped me find a house. She goes through all of the numbers, make sure I ain't overspending and overlending.
Yeah.
You know?
So when you were growing up, what was the original vision of what you were going to be?
I just thought I would be a figure. Like, I always wanted to be a designer. At first, I wanted to be an artist, like a painter. So I went to art and design high school. My major was fashion and fine arts. But I was always good at rap battling. But I didn't never want to be a rapper.
Nah, never?
Never cared about being a rapper. I thought rappers was corny. I still think rappers is corny.
What pushed you to battle, though?
Huh?
What was pushing you to even do rap battles?
Because of the sport.
Competitive?
Yeah, the competitive nature of it. Like, you know, we would watch like all the Philly rappers, like Kaboom, Meek Mills, Reed Dollars, Vodka. Like, these is like our heroes. And some of the Harlem rappers, Murder Mook, J Mills, Vado, you know, Eclipse, you know, J.R. Ryder, like all of these guys was our hero. Like Jewel's early on was in the streets. I would see him in some of his first rap ciphers. Yeah, all of these guys was like fucking X-Men to us. So for me, like bumping into Styles P, hopping out on 145th.
Ghost.
I'm like, yo, you're my favorite rapper, especially after my best friend Verse telling me, yo, I ran into Jada Kiss yesterday in front of BJ's. I'm like, fuck, like I'm dumb mad, like happy, but like tight, like it wasn't me. Then the next day I run into Styles, I'm like, yeah. And then I rap to him, I'm 14 years old, and he like, yo, damn, you wrote that, shorty? And I'm like, yeah, he like, yo, keep going. And I always tell him that to this day, like, just cause, you know, to have Styles in my house and me being able to like have a conversation with him in my crib is nuts to me because I remember rapping to him when I was a kid.
Wow, I never heard that. All right, so fashion being the first of your passions, which a lot of people I feel may know you as Ferg the rapper, more than often now, but for music to be predominantly what you ended up doing, did you see it as being able to have it as an embodiment of all the things that you did? Whether it was BMX, fashion, jewelry, was rap kind of seen as this, I could do everything all in one?
I always wanted to do everything all at one when I first started, because I didn't know any other type of way to do it. I'm just a creative. But I remember having a card that I got made. I forget the name of the website, but it was like this bogus card, and it had like these little diamonds on it, because at the time I was making jewelry, like chains.
Card, you talking about like a business card?
Yeah, business card.
Yeah.
It had Swarovski crystals on it and shit like that, because I used to do like Swarovski. It didn't literally have Swarovski crystals, but it said that I
you
made.
handed them out?
No,
the crystals on it?
It had these cards that said I did chains, but I was making the chains out of Swarovski crystals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like when Pharrell and Eagle and them first started popping out with the big jewelry with the different colored stones, I would make these pieces for like the hood.
Yeah.
So I'd be charging like $400 to $700 for a chain piece in the hood. People was getting robbed and all of that for my chains.
Wow.
Yeah, so I would have that. I made jewelry, I rapped, I did t-shirts, silk screening, printing.
A whole joint.
And then Rocky seen that card, and he was smart enough at that time to know, like, God damn, you do so much shit. What people gonna take you serious for? So that's when I scaled back, and I was like, all right, let me pursue one thing first. And then that's when I made my mind up to focus on rap music. And then I locked it on the rap music. Never stopped really doing everything else. It was kind of just like put to the side or on the back. Like I would pick it up every now and then, but that's when I took my career super serious.
Yeah, why did the perspective change if the original thought was like, okay, rapper is a bit on the corny side, but your passion had to grow a lot by that time?
Seeing Kanye and Pharrell do it. When I seen how they did it, I was like, oh, this feels real. Because Kanye wasn't he wasn't on Killer Monsoon time. He wasn't kill him up, shoot him, bang, bang. You know, us as battle rappers, we like say punchlines like, I put the 9 under your shirt, like I put the cap under your shirt, like when it rain and he ain't want his fitted wet. Or like, they call my guns Luther, cause they call my guns Luther. I said,
You gotta get it right.
I said, they see Ferg rapping now. You wanna do it too, rapping with what a different style. You wanna do it too. We roll like the 2 Live crew do now. I tell my niggas, don't stop, pop that pussy, let me see him doodle brown. Cause he's scared, so we shit on his man. And his man scared too, so we shit in his pants. But look, I got a girl, she don't be playing. She cut bitches like Diddy and making a band. But yo, I can't stand boys. That's why I carry a little deuce, and it's louder than slam doors. And a whip, the shit transformed. Boom, I mean, they call this shit Luther because the van draws. So it'd be like all of these murderous
That's an original
bars.
joint?
That's an original. That was
battle
how I
rap?
was rapping back in the days, like mad loud, waking up all the neighbors and shit, like mad crowd around me turning my back on the opponent. Like, that's what I come from, right? So, like, when I seen how Kanye and Pharrell was doing it, they was doing it like from a different space and place. Like, Ye was hitting us with like insecurity bars and like, you know, when it all falls down and all of that shit. And like, I seen Pharrell like riding BMX in his videos and hanging out with like white people and Asian people. And that's what my surroundings look like, cause I'm in art school and like you got Gothic, you got gay people, you got white people, Asian people, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Jamaican, everything is around me. So I felt like that was just like, I was seeing like.
But you was able to see sort of a North Star, an image of, all right, I can do it this way, in my own way.
As well, because like we was seeing like some turned up shit at them Harlem cookouts. And I did see one of my friends get stabbed to death and die, and like people get shot at and all of that type of stuff. I've experienced all of that, but it wasn't only that. So just like I'm pretty sure like Pharrell seen shit, like, and Kanye seen shit, but I just seen like my space with a more global look on how to do the music, and the way they was doing the collaborations with the Louis Vuitton and, you know, Pharrell linking up with Nigo and doing a Bape, and like the way they was bringing the colors to the game and all of that shit. I was just like, then Pharrell turn around and do like a song with like Robin Thicke or like, you know, Gwen Stefani.
They were able to paint a picture more, and it seems like what you want to do was paint a picture more than just the violence or the things that may have been glorified around the neighborhood.
Yeah. A comment that Nelly always said to me was, why rap more about the environment that you don't want to be in? When you could just rap about in the environment that you love being in or that you aspire to be in.
Yeah, so I got a chance to listen to your new album. I'm gonna wait to talk about it, but there's a bar in there that I might as well bring up now because we're on the topic, but life and death is the power of the tongue, so I rap about how I want to be living. The power of the tongue and how important it is. What I feel like is the first step to manifest something is to speak about it. Do you feel that was how you were able to manifest and start getting your life to come into reality?
For sure, but I had an epiphany. I didn't know what I was doing at first. Like I was just like, I think I was just fortunate to have great people in my life that guide me in the right direction. But when I started, well, first of all, when I went plant-based the first time, that's when I first started like having these different epiphanies, like, what am I doing? Or like questioning different things or whatever. And I think just because like it gave my body clarity, like, and started, like my body and my brain was literally healing from all of the junk I was putting in my body for all the years, so a lot of the brain fog wasn't there. So when I started thinking like, hold up, I'm sending mixed messages in this verse, I'm saying like, you know, alhamdulillah, like in this, but I'm also like saying like, you know, let's kill and whatever, and pop, like the girl was popping Molly, and like, it's just a bunch of like mixed shit that you could only do when you sedated. like I feel like I was sedated from the food, the fucking everything, just being stuffed and with all of these things that just created brain fog, and I wasn't actually being myself. So I think once I started locking in on self and understanding who self was, then I created purpose. Because what happened was my life wasn't going in a direction that I was enjoying. Like I have, like at the height of my career, I'm on tour, riches and fame and all of that shit. And I'm depressed and don't understand why and trying to figure out how the fuck to get out of it. But it's only because it was growing pains. I'm like trying to grow out of this old way. And it's like, when you in it and you getting this money and you can't stop, you fucking all the girls and you doing all of this shit and all of that stuff and you enjoying it, but that was like an old mindset. That was like some old shit. Like you probably doing all of this shit because you trying to heal old traumas or trying to cope, but you don't even understand like what the mechanisms is in your mind that's making you do what you do. So when I sat down to actually figure out the mechanisms, like when I turned 30, I was like, all right, like all this physical shit is cool, but what about the inside? Like how do I feel inside? Like what about, like I don't even know, like I've been in this body for 30-something years, I don't even know like what the name of these veins is in my arm, or like what certain body part names is, or like this bone, or like, I don't know, like why, like anybody, I challenge anybody to name every part of their body, organs, everything. We don't know that shit. No. Why? And we in this vehicle forever. Like, well, not forever until you die.
Yeah, we got a moment in this vehicle.
Yeah, we got
sure.
a moment. So it just made me ask more questions, like, and it just made me want to like really like just dive in and be more purposeful about what I say.
Yeah, I questioned like what was the turning point of that realization, because there had to be a moment that kind of made you wake up and get to that. I had mine last year, beginning of last year. You know, I got diagnosed with bipolar 1 disorder, had my first manic episode.
Really?
And these things got induced by not taking care of my body. And I think when you come into pursuing your passion in your career as like a survivor's mentality of I have to get it, I have to get it, I have to get it, you forget the body. Yeah. You forget that it's mind, body, soul. All three got to be taken care of if you want to continue to grow. But a lot of times we taking care of 2 out of 3 or 1 out of 3. So my wake-up call was seeing my body break down in front of me, my mind breaking down. And it took me all last year again to find a routine, the balance of diet. What was the turning point for you that said, all right, I'm going to need to take care of a lot more than just this career?
Man, I started having disassociations. Like my body literally felt like it was coming out of my body, like shit like that, like which was super scary. I would talk to Logic about it on the phone, like, cause I've watched like things where he's openly came out about being like depressed and you know, things like that. And I was just like, man, like, what did you do? Like, did you ever go through this? And he would literally fucking walk me. He was like my first therapist. Like, yeah, Logic. We never did a song. Well, we did do a song together, but that was like later.
Nobody knows this, but the second episode that I was supposed to shoot with DeepCut, I shot with Logic, but I was in my episode. I was manic during that time.
So you couldn't even go through it.
I crashed out the entire episode. I know, and it's like a moment. We'll revisit it, but that was, again, Logic was a guy that I had called all the time for those convos, and it takes a lot for people to come out for that, and I appreciate him for doing so, especially him. Shout out to Logic.
See, that works when you share your story, right?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, so, for me was not being happy, and literally like I'm kicking people off tour because like I'm trying to prove that like I'm this super huge artist. Like I'm like damn near about to go broke, like trying to add like extra equipment and explosives and venues that don't belong in and shit like that. I'm doing CrossFit, I went vegan, I'm fucking trying to learn pianos because I'm like, you can't be a true artist if you don't know how to play an instrument. Like I'm putting all of these crazy, it's not even that crazy, but how I was doing it was unhealthy.
You feel like it's over expectations
it's
of
like,
yourself?
who am I trying to prove myself to? Like, who am I going so hard for? Like, and it's a similar thing where it's like, with you and Logic, you had that like manic episode. I didn't have any episode like that. I just feel like, first of all, I don't even know what an episode is. I probably did. But like I called Me and Kanye was supposed to get in the studio, and we supposed to do like 2 days in the studio. And this is when like he was like turning up, he was going through his thing. And then I'm like, nah, I can't be like that. I don't wanna wind up like that. I don't wanna.
Yeah.
So then it was like, if I get in the studio with this nigga, like, he gonna probably scare the shit out of me. Like, and then like, I kinda just, I didn't go through with it. But I realized that I just had to grow. Like, I also felt like a lot of the fame and everything was coming at me real fast, and I was having survival's guilt. And I was like, damn, like.
Why do you feel like you had that guilt?
Really, it was just like the people that I was bringing along with me wasn't producing. So like I wound up being lonely. It's like I'm climbing, but y'all getting tired on the mountain. And it's like y'all don't even know which way to go on a mountain. Like y'all getting lost in the sauce. So some people, they went back down the mountain to like the villages that they was used to. Some people, like, they just set up on that portion of the mountain and just started something else, other businesses. So then I just kept climbing because that's all I knew how to do, to the point where I felt alone. And then when I felt alone, it finally hit me when I went to my ex-girlfriend's funeral. Rest in peace to Neil. And like, I'm sitting in a funeral and I'm working so hard, and my managers and everybody is working me so hard that they literally got YouTube interviewers outside, like waiting outside of the funeral parlor to get an interview. And I'm like, how am I working on this day? But I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking like, why aren't I connecting to this moment right now? Like, her family is crying, everybody, and it's a sad thing. I know it's sad, but I felt numb. And I said, that is scary as fuck. I felt numb. I felt like I wasn't present. I didn't feel like, but like in a physical way, like people would be like, I'm not present, like, cause I'm in my phone, but like I physically felt not here, like, and I'm like on some fucking like, what you call it, like, what's that movie? Get Out? Or some Get Out type shit.
Some Get Out type shit.
Like that, like that energy, like, I was like, damn. So, yeah, I was just like, I need therapy. I told my mom, I was like, I need to go to therapy. I need to like figure this shit out. Like, I even like called out a tour because I wasn't seeing like my family grow, my cousins get older. And I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm on autopilot. Cause that's what my therapist said. He was like, bro, you probably feel this way because you're not a machine and you're working like a machine and you're not taking time to feel anything. So I had to slow myself down. But like when I came off like the road, I was super like distraught. Like I was out of my body. I was having like these out of body like things. It was like super scary. I was like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. I thought I was laced. When I started smoking weed.
I promise you, bro. Being in my episode, it was extreme out of body. I had no control of the things I was doing, but if my therapist had told me the same was, you have to enjoy the things that are happening to you as they're happening. Tell me your journey in therapy. I got my therapist a little over, I'm going on like 2 years with my therapist, but it's like one of the sharpest tools in my toolbox.
Right.
And I feel like there's always this stigma around it where you only go to therapy when you're super fucked up.
Right. Now I think that like artists need managers. You need a manager for your life and your feelings and your emotions to understand and organize. Like, you know, with a therapist, like that's like a big no-no in like the Black community. Like, a therapist for what? Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
yeah,
you know
for real. Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, like until your ass gotta take some type of pills, which is not a problem, or whatever the case may be, you gotta do to get through. But, you know, like, yeah, if you want to seek help and you want opinion, a professional opinion outside of, you know, just your friends and your family members, then therapy is the way to go. I think that is super helpful. It got to the point where like me and my therapist is just cool now. Like I don't even call my therapist no more. just because like I'm calling like, yo, what you been up to? Like, all right, how was the vacation? It's like nothing really. He gave me
It's
all
a tight
of the
relationship. I love Kahara, my therapist. She's the best, man.
Yeah, shout out to your
Yeah,
therapist.
shout out to Kahara.
Yeah, so my therapist is just like gave me all of the tools like to just really like cope, and when I was like super anxious, like taught me how to like ground myself and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we've seen a project from you. And this break sounds like it's been a lot of self-discovery and self-help.
For sure.
Was it something that you intentionally intended to have? Was it kind of take care of yourself before you get back to doing Ferg things?
Hell no. I wanted to put out music. Like, I
Yeah.
wanted to put out so much music. And I've been creating so much music. It's just the way God got it like laid out for me. It just ain't work out that way. Like, and I know that sound, I'm gonna break it down. It sound kind of crazy, but like, so when you think about 2020, I dropped Floor Seats 1 and 2, like mad features, Lotto, everybody on there. Wayne, Tyga, Nicki Minaj, like, floor seats, like what you see when you sit down on the floor seats. You see all of these celebrities, so that's what the whole thing was. I got shout outs from all the basketball players. Pandemic hit, and everybody had to sit down. Everybody had to figure they stuff out. So even talking about this now, I think about the lessons in it, because I don't believe in no losses, it's only lessons. The lessons in it was, don't look for the validation of everybody. Like, don't lean on that. That shit is cool that you got like everybody on, but don't even depend on that. Like, I got something planned for you. Like, it's beyond this for you. Me and Pharrell was working on an album throughout, like, for 2 years, like during the pandemic. I went to LA when he was living in LA, and I went to Miami when he was living in Miami, and then we worked on some stuff in New York. He went to VA, got inspired, sent me beats. We did a whole project together, and we used like 2 or 3 of the songs. One of the songs went on Nigo's album, Paper Plates. We worked on Rihanna's album. I worked on Donda with Kanye. So I was doing a lot of behind the scenes working. And for my project, it just wasn't time. Nobody was really putting out stuff during the pandemic, because it's like, who are we performing for, or whatever the case may be. So that's 2 years of just, all right, let's live, let's figure it out. And I had a lot of shit to figure out. Like, I had a lot of growing to do. During the pandemic, I was working out a lot. Shout out to Just Train, my boy Boss. You know, Kevin Hart will pull up, we work out. You know what I'm saying? Like Mustard, all of the guys, Chris. And you know, I was just focused on the health. It was just like, all right, how am I gonna like make sure I don't get sick, COVID, all of this shit? We didn't know what it was. So that was the mission, and you know, basically using my voice for you know, whatever we needed to bring attention to, like whether it was like feeding the hospital doctors and you know, the frontline people, and you know, whatever it was. Like, I didn't know what it was I needed to be doing. Like, we would do a Zoom call, me, Meek, and my boy PJ Kev, like, yo, what we gonna do? What's the plan? Da-da-da-da-da. But it really was like all in God's hands. Everybody had to sit down, and I just had to figure out a way to embrace the moment and enjoy it as much as I can. I'm not gonna lie, I had mad fun during the pandemic. I had so much fun and so much self-discovery during the pandemic. I went to LA, I moved out there for 7 months. I brought my first car. You know what I'm saying? I brought a house like right before the pandemic, so like I was able, like that depressed time that I had, I came off tour and I was like, I need to get a house. I need to, cause I was stressing like my money not moving, all of that. I'm like, I need to see like something huge that I purchased that I could be like, all right, this was a great investment. You know, my mom's house was the first house I got, but I was like still living in Harlem when I got her house, because I was moving around. I just want her out of the hood. But then I finally got my house. We found my house, and I was able to spend 2 years in my house, like, you know what I'm saying? And just, you know.
It's cool being a homeowner, ain't it?
Yeah, spending time in the different rooms, catching vibes in different places.
Hanging shit up, doing house shit.
And I still didn't even like really fix my house up. But yeah, I think that was needed. That was a part of the growth, and that's what I was feeling. I think that like I was in this box thinking wise and physically and just everything. And my world, I wanted to see something different from my world. And I think I needed to adjust myself and refocus my lens to be able to see that difference. I'm chasing validations of physical things.
Yeah, the validation will fuck you up.
Yeah, like
Your creation starts is made for the wrong things at that point.
Yeah, so like I'm not, like now I'm on the grind for a different reason. Before I was on the grind to stunt. Yeah. That was like a stupid way of thinking about it. And now it's like I'm on a grind to build and create.
Yeah. When you get to this level of success where you damn near can have anything that you want in the physical, how do you keep motivation now when you have everything you could want?
I don't got everything I want.
What is it you still want?
I just want, like, I want to continue to have peace, a family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all there. It's there already. I just got to get it.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it's like I got everything I need. I don't really want anything. I just want to continue to motivate people and express myself. Because like I come up with creations the way I breathe. It's just that I haven't figured out a way to, like, you know, business-wise, I haven't figured out a way to put out things as fast as I think about them. And I'm not sure if I even want to do that, because some things need editing and some things need to be thought about, like well thought about.
They do, and could you imagine? Because I would be so ambitious, and I remember in my first year I wanted product line out, I wanted clothing line out, I wanted barbershop open, I wanted all these things, and if they were all to happen at the time that I asked for it, I wouldn't have been prepared for it.
Bored.
And I just believe the journey gonna prepare you. Shit that you're gonna go through, the time that you gotta wait is gonna prepare you for your blessing. The pain that you gotta go through right now is making the next blessing that much more worth holding on to. But you have to go through that process and learn to trust God's plan rather than your plan. You make plans and God will laugh sometimes, man.
That's a fact. God laugh all the time.
All the time. Funny ass dude up there,
God
man.
Is a funny dude. Man, lady, everything. Like, God is, the universe is, you speak to the universe and it'll answer. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I just learned how to sit still now. Yeah.
Do you have a routine for speaking to God or like the universe?
I speak to God all day, every day, even on a Sunday. Like, I meditate every day. I write everything down. I talk to myself. I give myself prep talks. And like, it's not like I go to like a certain place or have a certain practice. But like I try to learn about everybody's way, like the Islamic way, the Christian way. I went to Catholic school. I chanted Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, practiced Buddhism a little bit, go visit the mosque, like everything. Just, it's all God, you know what I'm saying? It's just different ways of getting to him. But I think my most effective way is just listening to that inner voice and sitting still, like I said, and being able to block things out, the distractions, the Instagram, the everything, and being able to sit down for that 15 minutes before I touch my phone every day for 5 years and listen to the voice. And sometimes the voice will speak to you and tell you, all right, go that way. And then if something make more sense, be like, hold on, don't go that way, go this way. You gotta listen to the voice. And that's
Are you
God.
Always prepared to take another direction?
For sure. Because that's the industry I'm in. Like, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Like, me and my uncle were just talking about this, like workout regimens and all of that. Like, we don't have like a set schedule of like a 9 to 5 or whatever the case may be. So it's just like, you gotta wake up, you gotta get to work, gotta come do your interviews, go to the studio, all of that shit. That's why I try to do everything early now, so I could be in the house at a decent hour, so I could wake up and prepare to do it again tomorrow. That's my thinking now, being where I'm at now. Before, I was in a party, but I still wasn't like drinking and like all of that stuff, but I was like, I didn't understand the power of myself and what it all took to, like, you know, have a long run in this game.
Yeah.
I look at this like, all right, this is my Jay-Z Snoop Dogg run. Like, this is like business ventures. This is like.
What do you feel like your purpose is now? I know we talked about that a lot earlier.
My purpose is to listen to that voice and speak the voice. Like, I'm a vessel. Like, it's not even me. This is like a higher thing. Like, you gotta question like what gets you up out of bed, like what is controlling this, like making me like do this, like making me want to pick these colors. Like it's a thing. It's not like if I was watching like KRS-One, he was doing like a talk, and he was like, how do you think 5-dimensional? And it's like when you close your eyes and you can say rock star, you without using your mouth. You can say that in your mind, right? Close your eyes, not using mouth, say rock star. You heard that in your mind, right? That's your soul talking. So like this body is like not nothing. Like, you feel me? Like so I just lay back and I'm just observing, like, oh, this shit is crazy. Oh, that so-and-so came at me. That's funny. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, word, y'all like that? I didn't even come up with that. It didn't come from me. I'm not even here. None of us is here.
A lot more, you feel like you're a lot more aware to the signs
For sure.
that around you more?
Yeah, definitely. Like, because like, I'm present.
Yeah.
I'm just present. I'm super present. And
That's something I've struggled with for a long time.
being present?
Yeah, super. Yeah, super.
Yeah, I struggle with that a bit too, but I think it wasn't no different from like everybody else, like having these devices that do everything.
Yeah.
You're able to be in your phone and you texting about 10 girls from around the world at the same time. Bruh, how you expect to get anything done? You doing that?
Giving a lot of energy out.
Crazy. Like
I try to slow the pace down even as I'm out and I'm peeping certain people that are just going about their day.
Yeah.
You know, I try to recognize that everybody is main character of their life and their world, and they all are going through something, and I would try to just slow down now, peep the energy of somebody or the way that they're carrying themselves, and do my best to wish a blessing upon somebody, even silently in my mind as I would see somebody and wish the best for this person. And there's an easy way to continue to bless people, man. And you just see somebody and you hope for the best at all times. Your fourth studio album, Daryl, coming out. How did you know that this project was gonna be ready for the world?
It was ready for the world. It was just a feeling I got, like once like my boy A-Side helped me like sequence the whole album and put everything together, and it took a lot of work. That shit was like crazy. I had to go back and find stems from old studios I was at, and we had to try different like versions of the song. And then like sonics get like they change, so it's like you want to like add like the new thing in it a little bit, like play with like new instruments. So it's like when it felt completed, it was like when like I felt like I made this statement of making each song for everybody I needed that song to be for. So like this album is a voyage, and it's the trials and tribulations of Daryl, and the scoring of the music, I looked at like this project like a movie. The scoring of the music told you the story of Daryl.
Yeah, this album, what I've noticed is it's been more vulnerable than I've heard you from what you've been making. Why was it time now for you to be this vulnerable in your music?
Cause I thought I was being a bitch, like not talking about myself and always talking about like what everybody else is going through, like my family members and da-da-da-da. It's like, hold up, but you got problems too. And like my favorite artist always been the most vulnerable. And like, so my challenge for myself was how can I push the envelope even more? Like, how can I be the most vulnerable? Like, it's like when Biggie said fat, black, and ugly. However, I stay coochie down to the sock. So he letting you know like what he thinking himself. He's like, yo, he hear y'all talking like, y'all saying he fat, black, and ugly, but like I'm finna crush y'all with this style, like, and this pizzazz and all of that. And just the way he did it with such class and charisma. And I always looked up to that, and I wanted to emulate that. And I wanted to push it even more though, like, cause, you know, I asked myself like, you know, if DMX was able to chat with a therapist, what was that conversation like? And if he was to make an album about it, what was that? What would he have said? Like, we understood he was going through pain, but like, what about the pain? Like, and how that could have helped other people in the world. I was already a fan, but like, I wanted to know more. And I feel like we're in a place now where everybody is a little bit more open about just trials and tribulations they may have went through. And, you know, kids, they just go and say everything on Instagram now.
It's a feeling of freedom. Vulnerability is a feeling of freedom.
Yeah, it's liberation, but it's also like not telling people to go out there and give all your business out.
Of course.
You know, this took a lot of thought. This took a lot of like, you know, pool. It took me like my whole life basically to write that song. And like I wrote 3 different versions of that song. And then like, you know, this album took me my life to write it. So I basically like, I could have put out some cookie cutter shit and all of that, but I'm like, nah, I can't water down. Like I got something that God need me to really like lock in on this project about. And it felt refreshing, it was therapeutic for me. I don't even know if the world gonna jack it. Like, I mean, I fuck with it. Like, and most of the time when I fuck with shit.
Does it worry you at all about people's opinion when it comes to just the vulnerability
I had to get to
there?
that point where it was just like, it don't even matter about the world. The world don't even exist. It's all like what I see and what I think is dope anyway. Like if it's 5 niggas that think this shit is fire, it's because y'all understand. Y'all get it.
Yeah,
they gonna get it later. Like, you feel me? Like, and that's how I always been ahead of my time anyway. Like, so I don't care if people get it right away. Like, if they do, cool. But like, let it be something you could grow into. I feel like some of the best albums is the albums that we could grow into. Like, I go back and listen to Reasonable Doubt and some of Nas albums and Tupac albums and listen to their words and understand the words now. Like, I wasn't old enough to understand the words back in the days, but now I listen to it and understand it as a man now, so I have a different understanding. Like, when I listen to 444 and hear Jay-Z talk about, damn, I didn't buy the spot in Dumbo.
Yeah.
I fucking resonate with that shit.
I go
now.
back and listen to 444 a lot. It was a really awakening album from Jay.
Yeah, and it was his therapeutic album, I feel.
Yeah.
So, like...
Same with books. Books that you'll read maybe early in your lifetime, but may have to read later because you're ready for that experience of what you're gonna read.
For sure.
I would read about money long before I had money, and I would read, I'm like, all right, that's cool, but then you get it, and it's like, all right, I need a refresh, I need to know what I'm going through as I have this in my life. So we'd have to go back and read certain books now at a certain time in my life.
Revisit certain conversations. That's why I don't throw people away. Like, anybody good in my life, I try to keep people there because you can always go back and read them. Yeah. Like books. We all books. We all got stories. Like, yo, remember when you told me about son that was da-da-da-da-da? Yeah. Yeah, wow, you need his number? Like, yeah, because I got this thing that I'm trying to do, da-da-da-da-da. And you find yourself, that bridge you done burnt with your friends and all of that shit that you gotta revisit to get something. We supposed to be helping each other, bartering. You can't do that now because you done burnt all your bridges and shit. Like, nah, this is a village and we always growing and we always gonna need, and our tribe don't change. The tribe don't change. Like, somebody might get sick or whatever the case may be, but you're still the stylish motherfucker that I met years ago, because you ain't losing it one bit. You still get fly, you da-da-da-da. That's because we're into what we into. So we're always gonna be able to utilize our tribe. So it's like, we can't lose that. And you know, like, being in music, and when I joined the mob and everything, it was a lot of friends like, you know, the West, the Carltons, the Wands and Lays, like those guys that couldn't come along with me because, you know, you can't afford to just move around with all of the people, but then it's like, you know, out of sight, out of mind type of thing, and you forget how much y'all share the commonality and love. Yeah. And then you kind of like, you can lose yourself in the game. And you start to grow into something that you kind of like, this ain't the route that I'm trying to be in. So it's like, you gotta go revisit, you gotta go back home. You know, that's why I like to like shoot a lot of my videos back home. It gives me an opportunity to work where I grew up, and I get to see people that like I grew up around, and I get to like reignite some of the things that, you know, we've, you know, shared back in the days. And it's basically a mirror of myself because it shows me who I am through talking to these people. So
Walking back down to the bottom sometimes gives you a clearer view of the top.
For sure.
You can be so high up sometimes that the clouds around you block your vision of where you came from.
I like that.
And then you might have to walk back down to look up to see, is that really where I want to be at in this life?
Exactly. I might want to hang out down here with y'all.
It's foggy up top.
Yeah, it's like foggy. I'm running out of breath. I need an oxygen tank. Like, all of that.
When you talk about the village and coming up with the mob, I mean, you guys have all, as a group, grown so much. Now in this chapter of your life, do you feel any, you know, and I don't know the situation, but any grievance from maybe like the growth of everybody kind of going in the direction?
We lost a lot of people. We lost Yams. We lost China. We lost Josh. We lost Jay Scott. We lost Pressy. That's 5 people. Homies. You know, and outside of that, I lost my homie DA, which is on my boots. Rest in peace, DA, and EJ. Both took car accidents in the same spot, the same week. Crazy, right? Lost so many people. That's the only real grievance that I have, is that, like, you know, Yams ain't get to grow, like his kids ain't gonna be able to meet my kids. Like, and like he ain't here to see Rocky have his kids. And like, he's not gonna be here to share in a physical way with everything that, you know, we got going on and all of the fruits of his labor, because, you know, he helped build this empire. That's the only grievance that I have. But other than that, you know, everybody doing their thing. You know, 12E, like, he's staying grounded. He got the streets on lock. I see him moving around, making music. Nas, fashion icon. You know, Rocky, killing it. Music, going crazy. And, you know, Rihanna, that's nuts. It's like, we grew up watching her on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, yeah, everybody is doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna have hiccups as brothers and you know, different disagreements and self-beliefs and all of that stuff, but that's natural, because, you know, you go through that type of shit with your family.
100%. Real families stick through it. All the time, everything can prevail. Yeah,
if it was ever real. You know what I'm saying? And some family members, like, some blood members, blood family members, you gotta give distance to, because you might have a homie that's closer to you than your own blood. You know what I'm saying? So
blood make you related, loyalty make you family.
Come on now, you read a lot of books.
Yeah, I like literature. Blood will make you related, bro. Loyalty will show you who with you.
That's a Fendi fact. So yeah,
I can't wait for people to listen, because it's a new experience. But is there still gonna be new experimental things for you as an artist, as far as different sounds in your music, different sounds in albums, or do you like the path you're on and want to stay in a similar direction?
I already started working on my next album.
Yeah?
Yeah, like, I'm like, so once, like, I was able to get, like, these type of songs off, because they're so vulnerable and shit, it opened the floodgates of creativity.
Do you feel limitless now when you create?
Oh my God, do I? Like, I feel like I'm the god of this. Like, I create this. Like, this, you see these words and how, like, I'm putting that, like, and I'm just creating. I'm like a demigod, just creating the pyramids. Like I just, it comes effortless and I let it flow. I'm in flow.
Yeah.
One thing that also helped me through my process was reading a book called The Artist's Way. It's the spiritual guide to artists and their creativity. So it basically tells you how to be productive and get back into your creative flow. Like, whenever you got a stagnant, you know, era, or like when you in a rut, or like, you know, writer's block.
Yeah.
Because I was making mad music. Like I said, I did a whole album with Pharrell, but, you know, it was nothing wrong with what he was doing, and, you know, it wasn't nothing wrong with what I was doing, because he was loving it, we was loving it. well, let's say I was liking my stuff, but I knew that I wanted more from myself.
Yeah.
So I had to basically like graduate to another level mentally and spiritually to get there. So that book helped me get there. And the way it does it is, it tells you, you know, get up, free write three pages, like just free write, whatever you write. Sometimes I be creating my own hieroglyph, like I just be writing my own shit, like, or like I just write stories or write whatever come to mind, fuck, bitch, shit, whatever. Anything, just free write. It gets you into that zone. And then it tells you to take your inner child on a play date. So like most of the time as we get older, we forget to have fun. We think going out to eat is fun. We think going to outings or whatever, like, but where's the play? Like, where's the colors that you paint with? Like red, blues, greens, like how do you make, you know, a different array of colors? Like, do you flip? Do you stand on your hands? Like, I started taking yoga class. Like I'm like, oh shit, I ain't do this shit in years. Let me stand on my hands and fucking put my feet on the wall. Like, I'm doing shit that I'm twisting and turning. Like, you can do shit like that since I was a kid. That's play. Going to the museum by yourself. Take yourself on like play dates by yourself alone. That's when I started traveling by myself and doing different things. Cause it's like, I will always travel with a girl somewhere on vacation. It always gotta be a vacation. But it's like, you're not really doing that for yourself. You're doing it for the girl because I might wanna sleep all day. You waking me up and you taking me, you trying to go zip lining and like go ride horses through the beach. And I'm like, that's cool, but like, I wanna go to sleep right now. Like, I'm tired. Like, I wanna go to sleep. And sometimes you need that. You just need to like.
I would think vacation to me, sometimes it be needing to be vacation.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to go to vacation and work all day or go out and my whole day gotta have itinerary, man. I'm coming here to relax.
I wanna lay on a lagoon. I wanna lay on a bed.
Nothing.
The door open, I can see the lagoon, flying fish, breeze coming through the door, some Jamaican music, jam rock.
Yeah.
Like, that's vacation sometimes to me. And then like, when I got the energy and I reboot, I gotta reboot because I gotta come back and then I gotta give to the world. So like, that whole thing.
Bro, I'm proud of you.
I appreciate it.
Because I got to listen to it, man, and it's been a beautiful project.
Thank you,
And as
bro.
I said, the vulnerability was, I could feel it.
Yeah.
And it's something we haven't seen from you before. And I know what it takes to put your heart out there for the world sometimes. And, you know, you're ready to be out there and let everybody have their opinion of what you're doing without ever meeting anything to what you're doing, because you put it out there for your own healing and your own love. And that means a lot, man. And I'm proud to see that from you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because my therapist, we talked about like my album and like me flirting with the idea of some of these concepts and things and like that. And he's like, I wouldn't do that. But the God in me is like, do that shit, nigga. What you waiting for, nigga? Do that shit. So I was like, I was thriving off of that. Like, I was thriving off to do that shit. So that's really what I want to just tell people. Like, man, fuck what anybody got to say about anything. You're him and you're her. Do that shit.
And if you could go back now, being where you're at, with this album coming out, if you could speak to Trap Lord Ferg right now, what advice would you give to him?
I wouldn't give any advice to him. I'd be like, damn, motherfucker, you made you did that shit. Cause Trap Lord Ferg got me here. Trap Lord Ferg, I had to be the Trap Lord to get to Daryl. You know what I'm saying? Just to get back here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it was at that time. Like, we had the mob, we had to do this, we had to do that. And it's like, all right, let me rock. Like, I'm gonna get this shit off. And sometimes you gotta get a little aggressive to like, you know, get your shit off. But now it's like, you know, I don't gotta carry all of the weights that I came into the game with, because there was a lot that came with that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of shit that we had to fight through and get through in order just to be like, all right, the air is clear. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I would say, like, man, you did that shit, and thank you. I would thank Trap Lord and, you know, for allowing me to become the Hood Pope.
Yeah, for sure. I got some quick questions for you.
All right, cool.
This is a section called Quick Cuts, presented by Get Joy. Who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Jennifer Lopez.
J-Lo.
Off rip. No kizzy. She was like the baddest in the world.
Yeah, J-Lo one of the ones. Always gonna be one of the ones. If you could be the director of one TV show or movie franchise, what would you direct?
Of one movie franchise?
Yeah, a movie franchise or a show.
It would have to be The Adventures of Ferg and Crash, my dog.
Yeah.
Because my dog, I just found my dog after 3 and some change years. Yeah, so my dog, we had him with the dog sitter. He ran away, and
Dog sitter lost him?
when he was a couple months years old, he used to like playing chase me, like
Yeah.
come catch me, run out the house, make you chase him, but he ran out their house and never came back. So a few months ago, like right around the time my awake Ferg pop up, my dog popped up. So the police from Connecticut called and said, we found an Australian Shepherd. His name is Crash, and he was just walking in the street. I thought my dog was gone. I thought my dog was dead, like
Wow.
or something. Like I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like we just didn't see him for like 3 years. We only had him for a few months.
That's a wild story. I love my dog. I couldn't imagine losing him for 3 years. All right, outside of New York, what city do you think is most influential in fashion?
Outside of New York?
Outside of New York.
Damn,
Because I would
that's
assume your answer would be New York is most
That's a
influential.
good question. Outside of New York, I would say LA.
Over Atlanta.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, because LA, the gang culture, it's like, it's a different fly, but it's like jiggy, it's like organic. It's their flies, like Dickie pants, like the slippers, white socks, Pro Club tee, extra crease in the arm, but like all of the red suits that Suge Knight used to wear, like Versace, like custom shit that Tupac used to wear. And Tupac is from Harlem, by the way. We're just gonna get that clear.
Wait till they know.
I would have to say, yeah, like all of the Bloods, the Crips, the Mexican gangs, all of the gang culture, like that culture, LA culture, super sick with the fashion. I love LA fashion.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I wasn't dressing like a New York nigga, I'd dress like a LA nigga. Like YG is like the flyest LA nigga off rip.
Respect, yeah. YG is fly,
Yeah, like my man got that. Whole California.
for sure. There's been a lot of explosion the last couple of years with women in rap.
Okay.
Who do you think right now holds the queen of rap?
Lotto.
Lotto?
I said that quick,
Her
right?
last, yeah, you said that real quick.
Yeah.
Her last album was
Lotto.
fire.
Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to get into it, but I worked on Lotto on floor seats before like she blew up crazy. We didn't even get a chance to like really kick it or anything, but I'm super proud of what she's doing. I'm also proud of Sexy Red. I got a chance to work with her too. I came out at her show on Terminal 5. And I also love Flo Milli.
Flo Milli's fire.
Yeah, she's fire. She's fire. She's dope. And Tia Corinne is fire too.
Yeah, she actually Carolina. She's
Tia
from Carolina.
Corinne, super fire.
That's some Salem, Carolina right there.
Yeah, that's fam right there.
Yeah, she snapped on your joint.
Yeah, she snap on everything though. She snap on everything. It's just like, you know, I think it's time. I think it's just like being consistent and just dropping, and then you just one day just be on top.
Yeah,
And
she
everybody
snapping.
looking like, damn, you on top. How I feel to be on top? You like, damn, I didn't even know I was on top. Yesterday I was listening to Ice Spice and Central C. Like I had a Central C moment where like I just wanted to hear like the cadences and the flows, and he's very punctual with like how he says his words, and like the beat was crazy that they did together, him and Ice Spice. And her beats be stupid, and the way she be sliding on the beats is fire. So I got a moment with Ice Spice, and when she dropped the album, I had a moment with that. And then like Sexy Red, I had a moment, cause her beats be hard as shit.
Express
Like,
fire.
so I really get inspired when I'm listening, and then like I feel like with Lotto, she's slick as shit. She talk like a pimp. She said that 2 Chainz is her cousin. I can see why. Like they both slick as shit. Like they words, like they slick motherfuckers. And Tia Corinne is just like, she a wild card. She a wild card like myself. That's why I think, you know, it made it a perfect matchup for that record, because me, her, Denzel for Hot Ones, we just brought like that fucking energy that reminds you of like when, you know, ASAP and Beast Coast and everybody was coming through with that live energy.
Yeah, Hot Ones is one of those ones.
Yeah, Hot Ones is crazy.
Do you have a dream fashion collab?
A dream fashion collab? I would like to be the creative director of Fendi or Emilio Pucci. Yeah, like that's what I can think about right now. Ralph Lauren, the creme de la creme. I would love to creative direct or do anything where Ralph learn, sit down, talk. Yeah, those 3 brands.
Yeah. What was the worst trend in fashion?
The cowboy boots.
No, don't say that.
The cowboy boots, because some people be throwing the cowboy boots on, but they throw the wrong ones on.
There's worse trends than that.
They throw the ones on without the heel. They wearing it with the wrong fits. It's like, yeah, you gotta like, sometimes they throw the square foot ones on.
It's not worse than emoji joggers.
What's those?
The emoji full fit joggers, or the hot Cheetos matching top and bottom.
Damn, you coming at Drake Pops. That was crazy. Cause
the hot Cheeto joint? Nah, he was wilding for that. Uncle's wilding for that. Nah, you can't walk around hot Cheeto funyun bag.
Dennis was an early Trap Lord merch supporter early on when Drake took us on tour. He would come on my tour bus and get some merch. Yeah. But you know, it's like,
hold on, yo, have you seen Yankee No Brim?
Nah, that's crazy.
I seen a video of Yankee No Brim.
Is crazy. That's like a kufi.
Nah, Yankee No Brim. I seen the brim cut off. Yeah, Yankee No Brim.
That's different. I don't like that.
Nah, it's nasty.
I don't like, that's nasty work.
Now we gotta get rid of dirty Air Force Ones. That's gotta go.
Nah, we used to wear dirty Air Force Ones.
Nah.
Like we was Harlem
purposely,
niggas.
like you going.
Because we was mosh pitting. So it was like, we used to call them based.
What is your pet peeve in the studio?
Oh, when an engineer goes to like start falling asleep. Like, oh, he not listening. Or he just not on my rhythm. I'm like, oh, I gotta get this out. I'm gonna lose the word and the cadence. Like, hurry up, let's get it. And like, they're like, yeah, I can't.
Y'all gotta be locked
in
this sync.
Yeah, we gotta be locked in. I see some crazy shit. Like Future and his engineer, the way they work is crazy. Cause Future don't write nothing down. So when I was on tour with Future, I was on his tour bus, I seen him record. And we just, for this album, I was in his house, he was recording. And he just started mumbling shit on the beat until like a word starts to appear, and then like the engineer takes that word and stores it. And then he just starts mumbling the second word, and then the engineer takes that word and stores it. And then that's how he punches in. He just, like, the engineer just know to take it and store it, and then like they like telepathically like.
I feel like is that how you're supposed to be with your engineer? Are y'all supposed to be speaking the same language?
I feel like that's some other shit. I feel like that's some fucking Anunnaki Avatar level shit right there. Like that is different.
All right, last question. If you have one superpower, what would you have?
I got it already. It's to create.
It's hard. Yeah.
I got it. I don't want nothing.
You wanna fly? You ain't gonna have like
I'm
super
fly
speed?
already.
Nah, I ain't snapping. Are you a rapper? Are you a rapper or something?
Come on, man. A little something like that.
Yo, that's hard. All right, respect.
Yeah.
Well, look, bro. Thank you for this moment, man. I watched you as a kid growing up, man. You dropped work when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
This was a full circle moment to be able to sit down, bless you with a cut, have this conversation. Your album is amazing. The vulnerability that you put in there takes a lot.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be worth the work that you put in and the weight that you had to put in to be here.
Dog, just proud of you. Your growth is amazing to see. It's a
appreciate
true
you, man.
inspiration.
Proud of you too, man.
Yo, thank you,
on.
bro.
Tribes meet up.
Love,
Yes,
bro.
sir. Love, big love. It's Ferg, my man Vic right here. Deep Cuts. We just finished the interview. Super dope. He's the truth right here. This guy is the truth.
From one to another.
You know what I'm saying? It's Find Your Tribe season. We live. Go get Daryl. One love. Peace.
Y'all, I just want to say thank you to Ferg for pulling up to the shop, for sharing your energy, sharing your insight, sharing your story, being vulnerable on the set. That meant a lot to me. This was a dream come true, being a kid, watching you in high school, man. So thank you. Everybody go get that Daryl. It's out now, hopefully, by the time this interview drops. But we'll see y'all on the next episode. Thank you, Ferg. God bless.